Juniper Avenue was never quite right. It had always existed as if in soft focus, its edges blurred into the surrounding cityscape, making those who passed unsure if it was truly there. Little signs adorned its lampposts, worn and faded, like whispers of forgotten mornings. "Beware the echoes," read one, letters nearly erased by time and ignorance. Thomas Whitley, an enthusiast of city's forgotten fragments, stumbled upon Juniper Avenue one dreary morning while searching for material for his blog, Urban Whispers. With his camera swinging around his neck and a notepad tucked into his jacket pocket, he ventured onto the cobbled street under the gaze of overcast skies. The avenue was quiet. Too quiet. The sort of quiet that hums in the ears and whispers doubts into the minds of the unwary. The houses lining the street stood somber, their windows like blank eyes, reflecting nothing but the gray pallor of the day. Thomas noticed how each step seemed muted, as if the cobbles absorbed the sound of his footsteps. As he wandered further, he pulled out his camera and started snapping photos. The camera, an old digital one with a slight delay, emitted a soft click with each picture taken. Reviewing the shots, Thomas noticed something odd. In every frame where there should have been his shadow, there was none. Puzzled, he glanced around, noting that everything else, lampposts, trash bins, even the wilted flowers in their pots, cast shadows. Just not him. His unease growing, he continued down the street, and that's when he heard it for the first time. The echo. It came softly, almost imperceptibly. His own voice murmuring back at him snippets of thoughts he'd had moments before. "Such quiet. No shadows," the echo whispered, distorting his own inner voice into something sinister. Thomas stopped dead in his tracks. Logic battled with rising panic. He tried shouting, "Hello!" The echo returned not just the sound, but the emotion, a tingling, mocking fear. "Hello, oh, oh," it replied, stretching the vowels into a sighing moan. Frightened now, he decided to leave, but as he turned back the way he came, the street seemed different. Longer, the houses now leering silently as if they had edged closer to witness his plight. Thomas broke into a run. His footsteps sounded a desperate rhythm, but the echoes, they grew louder, celebrating his fear. He reached where he thought the entrance should be, only it wasn't there. Just more street, curving away into mist. It was then that a figure stepped out from the shadows. A woman, clad in attire that blurred Araz, part Victorian, part indefinable future. She approached Thomas, her movements silent, her face beneath a wide-brimmed hat obscured until she was but a breath away. "You should not have ignored the signs," she said, her voice the texture of forgotten dreams. Juniper Avenue keeps what it catches. You ignored your echo until it grew hungry. Now it's fed, and you belong to Juniper Avenue. She stepped back into the mist, leaving a stoic Thomas to absorb her words. As his panic subsided, resignation settled in, and slowly he began to notice more figures in the fog around him. Faces from different eras, all trapped like him, their whispers blending into an ominous chorus that seemed to say, "One of us, one of Juniper's own, forever." Back in the city, Thomas's blog lay dormant. Eventually, urban explorers who followed his posts tried tracing his steps, armed with copies of his photos. Photos that showed shadows where none had been on the day Thomas visited. Despite their efforts, no one found Juniper Avenue again. It seemed that, as with its curious captive, the avenue had faded into the soft focus of myth, content to echo only in the whispers of the wind.